Oh wow, I just got a headache. Okay. We're gonna do this. It's a little late. I'm a little tired. I'm playing Shadypenguinn for the WBE. This is the team that I'm gonna use for the battle with the Shadypenguinn. Yeah, it's cool. This is his team. I had a whole document where I had like detailed notes. I do remember this one that I made. Detailed notes. I had notes on what I wanted to do. And like which Pokemon got defog and stuff. But in the end, so yeah, this is his team. Tapu Fini, Ferrothorn, Dragalgal, Meloetta, Gastrodon, Trevenant, Trevenant, Mega Pinsir, Thundurus T. This is wrong. I don't know why that's there. He's got Avalugg and he's got something else over Mesprit. Don't remember. Something else. That's wrong. I don't know why that's there. Pokemon I expect to see. Oh, Darmanitan. That's a big one. Why is that not on here? Anyway, Darmanitan's on here. So basically, Pokemon that I think are coming. Fini, Ferrothorn. That's a stupid pronunciation. It's Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn. Meloetta. That's 3. Mega Pinsir. Thundurus T, Darmanitan. I think we're going to see those 6. I don't think he needs Avalugg or Trevenant or Gastrodon is bad or Dragalgal. Like, he could bring Dragalgal, but it's not very good versus my team. Guzzlord, again, is not a good Pokemon, so I think those are the 6 we're going to see. Fini, Ferrothorn, Meloetta. He likes Meloetta. I started to like look up what it did, and then I got bored, so I don't actually know what it does. I know it can Formy Change. I know that it puts things to sleep, but he has type of Fini, so yeah, Pinsir's actually really threatening. So basically, here's the deal with the team. Thundurus T, Mega Pinsir, and Darmanitan are an incredibly potent offensive core, and they're really hard to deal with, like super hard to deal with. So when I was building for this week, basically what I ended up doing was, like, with these 3, I just didn't have any Pokemon that could reliably, like, answer all of them. Well, okay, really, Darmanitan's the one that I gave up on, and Pinsir a little bit. So basically, like, because this team has such offensive pressure, instead of going for my usual route, which is, like, having at least one defensive check for everything, I don't have a defensive check for everything this week, but I have a lot of offensive pressure. So let's jump to the team. So, once again, we've got Tornadus. This is kind of this gives me one free switch into Darmanitan. And also I intend to lead with this and just like I hope that he doesn't lead with Thundurus T, because if he's Scarf and he goes for Scarf Volt Switch, he can actually go into Ferrothorn, and if I knock off or U-turn, then I'll KO my Tornadus because of the Iron Barb. So if he leads with Thundurus, I'm gonna use Air Slash, Turn 1 or Taunt, probably Air Slash to see if it's Scarf and then go from there. I think he's probably gonna have a Scarfer so he can outspeed Mega Tyranitar after a Dragon Dance. I expect Darmanitan to be Scarf, but it could be Thundurus, but. Yeah, so there's that. So basically, Tornadus here, it's really nice. It outspeeds Mega Pinsir, which is as fast as small, and I didn't feel the need to go more than that. Max special attack so that it has a chance to do... I don't remember the exact roll, but it does a lot to Pinsir, especially with any chip. Pinsir's a problem. I'm hoping to save Tornadus because otherwise nothing else on my team can outspeed Pinsir, and Pinsir just does so much damage. So saving Tornadus is kind of important. Knockoff is just really nice in general. It's good utility, like removing things as items, especially for Tapu Fini. We'll get to that later, but I need a little bit of chip on the Fini, and so part of my game plan is to use Knockoff to stop its recovery. Taunt is here because I don't want... I can use this to try and stop the Ferrothorn from setting up rocks. Shady's team really doesn't like rocks because, like I said, Pinsir's 4 times weak, Thundurus and Darmanitan, they all have a weakness to it, so I don't think he's going to let me get rocks up easily, but I also don't think I'm going to be able to... like, I don't want him to get rocks up because, my team doesn't have a lot of recovery this week, and... yeah, basically, like, we don't want rocks on our side of the field either. So we can force him to defog with Fortress, because Fortress is Stealth Rock, but basically, like, Fortress is a Pokemon where if I have Fortress on the field, like, there's a good chance I'll just give him momentum, so I'm trying to keep Fortress off the field if possible. Yeah, so basically, we don't want rocks up, and we would like to get rocks up, but realistically, it's not going to be easy, so... especially early game, we really want to keep rocks off our side of the field, because they chip everything, and they'll break Focus Sash, and yeah, we just don't appreciate the chip, because... These 3 mons don't have any recovery, and this guy's recovery is leftovers. So Taunt's there to stop the Ferrothorn. That's pretty much it. And if we somehow get in the position where we can stop Fini from defogging, we can do that. Yeah, Taunt's just a nice move overall. So yeah, we like that. Fortress is here. This is my Pinsir check. It can kind of switch into to Pinsir. Like it takes like 40% from a return, but with Protect, I'm hoping to be able to heal back. Sorry. Turn that off. I'm hoping he'll be able to heal back. Is my charger down here? Should I plug my phone in? Press 1. If I should plug my phone in. I think I should. Let me see the chat. Okay, yeah. Alright, you guys, that's a lot of ones. So, yeah, Fortress is my Pinsir check. Oh my god, I suck at plugging this in. Alright, plugged in. Probably unnecessary, but just in case. My moveset's a little wonky this week. So basically, so Fortress, when I send Fortress in, I baits in Tapu Fini because realistically, it's his best defogger on this team. Pit Thunderous gets it, I believe, and Avalugg gets Rapid Spin, I think, but I don't think he's bringing Avalugg. That's bad. And, like, maybe Pinsir gets it. I honestly have no idea. But, like, basically, there's a very good chance that Fini is his defogger. So, when I go Fortress, like, he doesn't want to let me get rocks up and then switch Fini in, so I expect he's going to bait in his Fini. So, Volt Switch will do about 20%. It should do about 20% to his Fini, which is important. We'll get to that later. So basically, I plan on using Fortress to Volt Switch out and then go back into Tornadus and knock off and stop its recovery, which could be really good. And potentially Air Slash as well and put it into range. We need to get Fini to about 60% for my plan to work. So yeah, Rapid Spin's there to remove rocks. I couldn't really afford Defog on Tornadus or Mew this week, so Rapid Spin's there as like just in case he gets rocks up. Fortress can kind of like set rocks up on Ferrothorn and spin away rocks, but I don't really think we're gonna get in that position, to be honest. Yeah, but just in case, like, it's nice. We can kind of Rapid Spin on both the Ferrothorn and on the Pinsir, so we at least have the option to. And like that's pretty much it, actually. Yeah, maybe the Meloetta if it's like the physical form for me, but I actually have no idea how it works. Like literally no idea. I just know that Relic Song changes your form and has a 20% chance to put to sleep, or maybe it's 10%. I think it gets Serene Grace before, maybe after. I literally couldn't tell you. I know that the stats change and that it becomes fighting type, but I like literally don't know how it's used. So yeah, Fortress not very offensive this week, but it's here to serve as a switch into Pinsir until I can position Tornadus, or maybe like all three of these guys can boost their speed. So yeah, like that's how I'm planning on dealing with Pinsir. This is kind of like a temporary thing. I do take a lot of damage, but I have Protects with leftovers to try and get the health back, or like a bit of health back at least. Yeah. And I think that's it. All I have to say about that. Yeah, Rapid Spin, Stealth Rock, Volt Switch. We'll go to Amoonguss yet next. So like, yeah, Regenerator Amoonguss is just super good with Tornadus. This is my Thunderous check. I really wanted to run Cobra Berry on my Amoonguss because that would mean that like literally that his Pinsir couldn't set up on any mons, or I could Spore versus the Thunderous, I could Spore versus the Pinsir. But I got really afraid of like Nasty Plot Life Orb because it OHKOs Amoonguss. I think, or maybe it doesn't OHKO. I think it OHKOs. It definitely OHKOs, yeah. Like plus two Life Orb Psychic just did so much damage. So in the end, like because my team is kind of weak to that, because like none of my mons can outspeed it except for Tornadus, who can't really do anything aside from a knockoff, and he might even be Electrium. I ended up running this Amoonguss because it can just really easily switch into Thunderous. Without a Life Orb, Psychic, like +2 Psychic and then another Psychic doesn't even KO. It can take like 3 Psychics essentially, which is really nice without being KO'd. And as Clear Smog, Sludge Bomb is always nice, just as like damaging off the option. It hits Fini. It chunks, you know, Pinsir's pretty poor special defense, so it hits that in the switch. Darmanitan could hit if it switches in, or like if I want to predict him to like go for a fighting move. I don't really think that's likely, but yeah, it also walls Gargle pretty well, which is nice. Don't know anything about Meloetta, I can't talk about that. Hidden Power Fire is for Ferrothorn. If I want to get ballsy and predict this Ferrothorn coming in, Hidden Power Fire is not going to do too much, depending on spread. Like, it's really not going to do very much damage, to be honest, but it's there just in case, just like so that if we need to get some chip on the Ferrothorn, we can do that. Giga Drains for Fini and for Gastrodon, and just because like I feel like a grass move is solid on this team. Like, yeah, it doesn't hit a ton of these mons really well, but like just in case for Gastrodon, I think it's solid. And there's also not that many better alternatives. Like we could run Stomping Tantrum, but I think Giga Drain's better in general. And then Clear Smog is just to stop the Thunderous if we need to, remove the boost. And yeah, I think that's it about Amoonguss. Pretty straightforward. I needed the EVs. I would have liked to run more mixed bulk, but this is my dedicated. So Fortress is my dedicated Pinsir answer. Amoonguss is my dedicated Thunderous answer, and there isn't a dedicated Darmanitan answer. So next standardist member of the team is probably Tyranitar. This outspeeds after Mega and Dragon Dance. It outspeeds Pinsir. Fire Punch, Thunder Punch, and Crunch. I hit this whole team for a lot of damage. So +1 Thunder Punch, KOs Fini with Chip. Fire Punch KOs this, Crunch KOs these two. Gastrodon I don't think he's going to bring, and even if it does, I think +1 Crunch is a number. Trevenant dies to Crunch, Pinsir dies to Fire Punch, Thunderous dies to Crunch, Avalugg don't think he's going to bring, Darmanitan dies to +1 Crunch, and Guzzlord don't think he's going to bring. So, yeah, so plus basically boosted Tyranitar is really good here if I can deal with the potential Scarf user. So either I can get +2, or I can try and deal with Darmanitan or Thunderous first. So that's kind of the general plan with Tyranitar. Not too fancy. Could have run a rock move, but I think the coverage is pretty nice here. It's nice to be able to do like 87% to Fini, because if it takes one Volt Switch, like it puts it in a range of boosted Thunder Punch, and we can set up on a couple of the mons. Like we can set up kind of well on like a choice Darmanitan potentially, or Fini shouldn't be able to do that much damage even with specs. and like Choice Thunderous as well. We can Dragon Dance up on. So yeah. So if we can get a Dragon Dance up, I think we can do really well this game. This is our Mew. I kind of wanted to run a cool Baton Pass set this week to pass into Tyranitar, but in the end, I realized that like basically Mew with Rock Polish and Nasty Plot, like we don't necessarily need both, but like that like you can boost on Feeny, you can kind of boost on Ferrothorn, and then like you just like run through the team. So like +2 Genesis Supernova KOs, +2 Flamethrower KOs, Genesis Supernova KOs. This thing walls us, so we can't do anything versus this. Gastrodon dies, Trevenant dies, Mega Pinsir dies to regular Genesis Supernova, same with Thunderous T. So we don't even need to boost. So like basically I'm planning on boosting speed first and then going from there. Same with Darmanitan, it dies, and I don't think he's bringing Guzzlord. So basically with what I expect him to bring, like I'm gonna my plan is to Rock Polish up with Mew and then just try and like rip some holes in his team. Because yeah, like there's not like he really doesn't have a lot that can like nothing on his team even wants to take regular Mew, and if we get to +2, like we should be able to KO everything. But even if we just boost our speed, like we can threaten a lot of his team. We do have to be careful because he can reset the Psychic Terrain, but like I don't think it's the end of the world. Because if he goes Feeny and we still have health left, we can just Nasty Plot. So yeah. So that brings us to our last mon, Entei. I think this is a really fun set. I was really gonna run like max HP, max defense, Rocky Helmet Entei for his Darmanitan, but in the end I was like, I felt like Entei could just do a lot of work. Like so basically, KOs Ferrothorn, threatens Meloetta, Pinsir KOs, Thunderous KOs with Stone Edge, and Darmanitan takes a lot from Stone Edge. So basically, the idea here is to get a Flame Charge up, and maybe on the Ferrothorn, and then threaten the rest of his team. And Natural Gift with Lychee Berry turns into a 100 base power Grass move, and that does a lot of damage. It does about 56 to 60% minimum to Tapu Fini. I can't remember off the top of my head, which is why what I was talking about earlier with the Volt Switch and the knockoff and getting the chip down on the Fini is really important, because if we can get Entei in against his Ferrothorn, we can pretty safely predict him to go for a switch into Fini. And if we can Flame Charge on that turn, and his Fini's in range, then we can Natural Gift and then KO the Fini and then sweep through the rest of his team. Natural Gift being Grass type is nice because just in case he does decide to bring Gastrodon, we can obviously Oko that really easily. So yeah, Sacred Fire, Stone Edge. I'm a little worried about Stone Edge missing. I'm always worried about Sacred Fire missing, but I think it's a good trade-off, like because if we hit, we KO. So I'll take an 80% of the time chance to KO Thunderous T, and like yeah. It's pretty good, especially if we chip the Thunderous. If we Rocks up, like Sacred Fire will probably also do a number to that thing. So, or if it's Life Orb and has chip damage. So yeah, I really think this set is cool. I would really love for it to work. My game plan is just like literally going to be trying to get chip on the Fini, and then trying to sweep with these 3 sweepers: Mew, Entei, and Tyranitar. So I think we have 3 really threatening sweepers. However, his team is also really threatening offensively. So I think this game could go either way. Shady's a good player, and his team is scary. So. Yeah, I'm not really entirely sure how this is going to go, but I'll give it my best shot, and yeah, hopefully we can do well. So, yeah, battle goes up tomorrow. I believe it's 1 p.m. EST, so I think that's all I got to say. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.